Do you miss the roll of the ocean waves, the sound of the tropical paradise, and a weird girl wearing a sun hat and a ukulele? Then this leaked Sims 4 pack might be just the one you were looking for. Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and I am wearing, you can't even see it, but I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt for a reason. So if you've been keeping up to date with the Sims 4 news, which I have been dying for, because we all know that we are in a slight drought right now. I know we got the Freelancer Careers, and I know that Strangerville came out like, I don't even know how many months ago now, 2 months ago, but that was very, very short gameplay, and I am dying for a new expansion pack. I don't know how I got through the last few years with only one expansion pack, but last year we got two, and honestly, it filled that deep, dark hole in my Sims 4 soul. So I'm hoping that this year may be the same. And yesterday we got our latest bit of information. However, I will disclaim this video and say that none of this has been confirmed by the Sims team or anyone at Maxis or anyone at EA. Currently, this is all just speculation, and this has come from the Sims community, who found a very interesting retail listing on a website that I cannot remember the name of. Let me go back to my notes. So basically, the Sims community posted an article yesterday that seems to be about a Sims 4 leak. So a Dutch website called GameSync actually listed Sims 4 Tropical Paradise expansion / expansion. In the Sims 4 Tropical Paradise, your Sims 4 will have the opportunity to enjoy in a tropical island, as the name suggests. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of tropicals. Exact innovations and possibilities are expected closer to the release and after the official announcement by EA. So that was listed on a Dutch website, and then Instant Gaming, who are a retail website, they actually listed The Sims 4 Tropical Paradise as an upcoming expansion for The Sims 4. Like I said, this all seems to be a leak and nothing has been confirmed as of yet, but if this is legit, I'm pretty darn excited about it. If it is anything like Island Paradise for The Sims 3 but works better in The Sims 4, I'm all for it. I will take my sun hat off and bathe in all the tropical glory. So with this news and speculation, I thought I would don my Hawaiian shirt and talk to you guys about a couple of things that I would love to see if we are getting a tropical expansion pack for The Sims 4. So I have a list. This is all very organized. She's with it. She's making her mark on the world, and we're gonna dive in to my list. So the first point that I would like to make is that they have listed this as an expansion. Now that is very interesting, my people, and it's interesting for a very important reason that I will point out to you guys. So let me tell you this. I'm getting excited. I can't form words properly. How do I form words? Honestly, it's been so long since we got a last expansion that I can't possibly even... Oh, I'm just so excited. Okay, calm. Oh my god, meditating on a beach. Oh, okay, I'm getting carried away. Let me just recuperate and get my thoughts in order. Expansion pack. That is the most important phrase of this whole speculation. And that's because every single kind of tropical kind of world that we have so far, I mean, Salvadorada is really the only tropical one, but Salvadorada and the outdoors one, Granite Falls, I can never remember what it's called. Irrelevancy. Selvadorada was a destination world. It basically meant that you could only travel to that world if you were going on vacation. However, see the similarities between those two worlds? They came with game packs. So this being an expansion pack and this being a tropical pack, I can only use my head and think, hey, maybe this not being a game pack means that we might be getting a tropical, livable world, which excites me beyond anything, because honestly, it means that we aren't gonna have to spend a specific number of days there. I mean, you very well can. You could just travel there, and that is just awesome. You won't have to be limited to specific days to travel there, which, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that my deduction is right, because I am gonna be so disappointed. And again, another disclaimer, this is all my own speculation and also what I've been reading on Twitter from you guys and like talking to people like whilst I've been live streaming and stuff. So this is all my own speculation or other people's speculation on Twitter and who are part of the community. So this isn't anything official, and we won't know until we get the trailer drop, which, come on, Sims team, come through. I mean, Isla Paradiso was a livable world, so I'll be very disappointed if they backtrack and give it to us only as a destinational world. I will eat my words and my sun hat. What is the sun hat that I'm talking about? I literally don't even own a sun hat. I don't know why I keep saying it. The next thing that I really hope they don't go back on is ocean swimming. I mean, it would have been nice if we could have got it in Cats and Dogs, at least for the animals, like animals being able to like tread water in the shallows, maybe like throwing a ball out into the shadows, because Brindleton Bay did kind of have that oceanic vibe, like coastal New England world. However, the Sims team did give the explanation that those shores are very rocky and kind of wouldn't trust your Sims or your animals to swim in that ocean, which is understandable. I mean, it was a little bit of a cop-out, I felt like. However, maybe the game wasn't ready for ocean swimming. And a lot of people have speculated that the fact that we are getting an update, and I don't know the ins and outs of this. I'm not, like, technologically minded. Like, hello, I know I'm a YouTuber and I should know about computers and stuff like that, but I don't. My computer breaks, I take it to my nice local computer shop and the people in there help me to fix it. I am terrible when it comes to technology and I literally have the worst luck ever. So therefore, I just have no interest in it. But from my understanding, I'm fairly sure there is an update coming, and I'm fairly sure it's happening in June, where the team are no longer supporting 32-bit. I don't know. It's what I've heard through the grapevine. If someone wants to explain that to me in the comments, feel free. My tiny pea brain probably won't understand, but you can try your best. So basically right now there's a 32-bit version of The Sims 4 and there's a 64-bit version of The Sims 4. Most people have a 64-bit OS these days, so most people won't be affected by this. However, some people will be, and these people I know are very upset about it. But some have speculated that this update therefore means that they are adding more power to the game, and that might be the power needed to unlock ocean swimming. I don't know how these people have made that connection. It kind of sounds crazy that they even thought of that and like connected those two dots, but information like that was coming out way before this leak. Like, people were speculating that back when the news of this update broke. So if you were one of those people, congratulations, you're a lot smarter than me. And I guess all we can do is wait and hope that if a trailer drops for this tropical expansion, then ocean swimming might be in it. I reckon if a trailer drops and ocean swimming isn't in it, oh boy, that's gonna be like finding out that seasons didn't contain suntans. The hole is gonna be so much deeper than the snow we got in The Sims 4 seasons that the Sims team are gonna have to dig themselves out of if ocean swimming isn't included in this pack. So good luck, gurus. Speaking of suntans and sunburns, I would love to see that make a comeback in The Sims 4. I was one of the people who was so heartbroken that the news of seasons was coming, and then it was confirmed by, I'm fairly sure, one of the gurus on Twitter that suntans and sunburns weren't gonna be a thing in seasons. It made no sense to me whatsoever, unless this pack may have already been in the making back then, and they were like, okay, so it's not coming in seasons, but hopefully we can add it in to this tropical expansion. I mean, those two things go together pretty well, don't they? So I can only hope that that's what they were doing. They were maybe holding off for this tropical expansion and to add suntans and sunburns into it. I honestly wouldn't even be surprised. I mean, The Sims 4, we don't have burglars, we don't have firefighters, we don't have dog houses, and I've seen some gurus say that that's because those things are outdated, or it's aimed more towards kids and therefore they can't add a burglar in. I'm fairly sure that has been said somewhere on Twitter before now. I would not be shocked if these things aren't included, if suntans and sunburns aren't included, and then one of the gurus turns around and says,
hey, this game is like rated T for teen, and therefore we didn't put sunburns or suntanning or sunbathing in this tropical expansion because that's not healthy and we don't want to promote that towards children.
Seriously, it better not happen. I will be fuming if one of the team tweets that out. If I don't get sunbathing in a tropical expansion, let's just say EnglishSimmer is not gonna be happy about it. And yes, you know it gets real when I refer to myself as my YouTube name in the third person. Obviously, one of the biggest things I want to see make a comeback is Merpeople. So we had mermaids and mermen in Island Paradise. However, my computer wasn't the best at running Island Paradise. I did get a pretty good kind of run out of it for a little while, and then it just started to chug along, and I really didn't get to experience mermen and mermaids as much as I would have liked to. So I reckon with The Sims 4 being a better build and a lot more stable than The Sims 3, I do feel as if we will be missing out if we don't get Merpeople. And yes, I am referring to them as Merpeople. Come for me in the comments if you want to. But I really want to see them back. I would also love to see kind of a more traditional take on Merpeople. Like kind of the folk tales of Merpeople being these like beautiful creatures that like sang to trap people and stuff. But maybe that's just me being very macabre and imagine a Black Widow challenge with a mermaid. Oh my goodness. That would be incredible. Sims team, if that isn't in this expansion, can we please get it? Oh my goodness. I am running away with my imagination right now. Also, one point about Merpeople that I do want to make is I kind of hope, although I don't know if this is going to happen because obviously this is going to be a pretty big expansion without this feature, but I would love it if Merpeople kind of had the same what's it called? Like the skill tree as vampires did, because it's been a while since we had an occult, and with Get Famous there was actually the fame branch, the fame levels, so they could quite easily, if you create a merperson in this expansion, they could do it so you could go up in like levels, and you could be like an evil mermaid, or you could be like a good mermaid, or you could be like, I don't know, maybe like a naturalistic mermaid. But like I said, with the time frames and stuff like that, I'm asking for a lot. I'm just like overachieving right now. And that might not be possible, especially if we are getting things like ocean swimming, which obviously require a lot of time and effort. So it's completely understandable, but that's just like on my wish list of what I would like to see for those merpeople. This video is kind of mentioning like all the big things that were kind of already included in previous versions of a tropical or a vacation type pack, and one thing that I feel as if we are definitely missing from The Sims 4 is sun lounges, and I've seen everyone talk about this on Twitter. Everybody wants sun lounges back, and this kind of ties in with sunbathing as well. Like, yes, you might just be able to whip out a towel like you could in Island Paradise back in The Sims 3, which I did love. I love that functionality of like having the towel and being able to sunbathe anywhere, but I do miss having sun lounges by the pools, and especially if people are going to be building like hotels and stuff. That's another thing that might be coming in this expansion that I am hoping for. I don't even know. The possibilities are endless. And the great thing about adding sun lounges into the game is because of the way that they work, because they work a little bit differently to the chairs in the form of like animations and stuff like that, I feel as if modders will be able to do such amazing things with sun lounges. For example, they could make like a chaise longue. Am I pronouncing that right? Chaise longue. They could make one of those for like your Sims houses and it be fully functional. We actually have like a few that kind of look like they could be those sorts of chairs, but they don't work in that way because we don't have the animation for it. So I reckon if the Sims team add it in officially, modders will be able to take that object and turn it into something completely different. And honestly, any pack, I've always said this, I will always believe this, but any pack that inspires like custom content creators or modders to take something that was given in game and then make it something that is so like unique and new, any pack that manages to do that is a great pack, in my opinion. Minus my first pet stuff. Yes, people were able to make new small pets, but like, come on. It shouldn't have been a stuff pack. And then last but certainly not least, something that I was thinking about that we actually got in The Sims 4 recently, we got that latest free patch which allowed us to have freelancer careers. And everyone was saying, oh my goodness, this means university is coming. University has to come after freelancers. Like, this would work so well if your sim was in university and then they were also doing like freelancing on the side, because we all know that us millennials and Generation Zs, we have to have a side hustle or else our minds kind of go crazy and we feel like we aren't working hard enough. So people were drawing the assumption that freelance equaled university. But this could also come in so handy with a tropical expansion. You think about it, people in these communities thrive off kind of the land and supporting each other in a community, and also they're usually like quite far away from not modern civilization, but sometimes it's quite difficult to get like working internet and things like that. Like, trust me, I go to rural areas of the UK and I struggle to get Wi-Fi anywhere, which is quite nice sometimes. So freelancing could very well lead into this tropical expansion very nicely. For example, I did write down some careers that I would love to see, like jewelry making, for example. Imagine if your Sims could go beachcombing and they could find like sea glass and they could find shells and rocks and make little jewelries out of them. Like, how awesome would that be? It could even lend itself from the city living flea market and like having the table and Salvadorada and the locals being able to sell goods. You could have your own little table like set up on the beach where you could sell your homemade beach jewelry. My heart is just like so happy even thinking about that. For example, I recently went to the Grand Canyon and the Native Americans who were still living on the land, I don't know if they live there, that might be completely made up, I apologize, but basically the Native Americans were selling jewelry that they had made and like protection jewelry and things like that, and I think that could be such a cute little freelancer career for your Sims to be on if they lived on a tropical island. My belly just rumbled so hard and I'm fairly sure my microphone probably picked that up, which reminds me of another feature that I would love to see: the Kraken. Don't ask me why my gurgling stomach reminded me of the Kraken, but you guys know I like a little bit of terror in my game. I like a little bit of riskiness. I like when my Sims have the possibility of dying a new way in an expansion pack. And I just feel like the Kraken, or sharks, but we kind of already had sharks in the Get Famous pond, and your Sims can actually die from them, from falling into the pond. So instead of sharks, I would really love to see the Kraken make its return. We already have Emily, the sea monster, in The Sims 4 that was part of Get Together and the Bluffs. She's the big sea creature that you may have seen. So I would love to see the return of Karen the Kraken. So there we have it. That's my list on what I would love to see in a tropical paradise expansion pack. This was just very quick, like top of my head thoughts that I had, and also things that I had seen people talk about on Twitter and was like, oh my god, you make a really, really good point, or I would love to also see that idea. So if you would like to see anything specific, then leave it in the comments down below. Maybe if I missed something off that you guys want to see. Maybe you want to see houseboats return, hotels and resorts. I know I've seen a lot of builders and a lot of gameplay people want hotels and resorts to make a comeback as well. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let's cross our fingers and hope that even if this leak isn't real, let's hope that we are going to get some information soon. We all know that we're expecting a game pack, we're expecting an expansion pack, and we are expecting a stuff pack. The Sims team have told us that those three things are coming, and I'm fairly sure they told us that after, in the freelance update, they told us that we should be expecting those three things. So fingers crossed we're gonna get some news soon, because Lord knows I need it in my life. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed hearing about what I would like to see, or give it a big thumbs down if you didn't agree with anything that I said. It really doesn't matter. That's why we're part of a community. Everyone has different ideas. And I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye guys! Found a sun hat, didn't I? Apparently. I own one. I feel like Jack Johnson, is that his name? Guy who plays guitar. I feel like him. Why am I such a dad?